Hey, I'm Felice and you're watching PITCAM TV. I'm today here with Motionless in White with Chris and Ricky.
You got it. Round 2 for us.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
So thanks a lot that you have a bit time for me. So you just arrived half an hour ago or an hour?
I don't know. I woke up and we were here. We played in Copenhagen at a festival called Copenhagen yesterday. So today we drove in, took a ferry, and here we are at with full force. Last day of the tour.
Oh, I'm very excited that it's over the tour or...
It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's
It's a lot of sweet, some bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. The tour has been amazing. Like absolutely the best European tour that we've done in our career. But at the end of it, that last day is always the like.
Yeah.
It's kind of a struggle mentally because you're going home. But I think we're gonna have a great time today and seal it with a great show.
So the last time we met, we talked about your new album, and it wasn't released, and now it is released. So how is it for you to play the new songs on stage to share it with the fans?
How is it, Ricky?
It's wonderful. No, it's great. I wish that we could just only play new songs. That's how much I love the new album. So, but it's great. Yeah, I think that the fans really seem to enjoy it, and it's great to be able to play songs that we love and they love, and it's crazy because it seems like fans seem to sing louder and react more for the newer songs than they do for anything else, which is crazy because it just came out, but that's awesome. It's not undescribable.
Oh, that's nice, because I've read a little bit on the internet. You got really much very positive response for the album. That's very nice, I think, when you're a band, when you're releasing and then everyone's happy. There always will be a few people, but you got much love for this album.
I was very surprised by that. I mean, I figured you're always going to have, like you said, the negativity, but I think fans realize that this album was a compilation of, I've been saying it all the way up until just this point right now, and I'll continue to say it, a great compilation of what they loved about the band, what we love about the band, where the band's headed, all kind of met in the middle and created this album. And I think that's why maybe it's connecting with people a lot more than some of our past material. So I feel great about it. I think this is actually the only album that if we played it in full on a tour, fans would probably be like, cool, let's do it. So I'd love to have the chance to do that, and I'm happy people are really enjoying it and saying nice things about it.
Oh, that's wonderful here. That when everything works, everyone's happy.
when you work your ass off on something for a year, to hear that people are actually cool, that it makes it, it just makes it that much more sweeter on top of what you already believed in it. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's cute. So, is it your first time on the With Full Force Festival? Oh God, like a virgin. Damn, how does it feel?
Virgin, performing for the very first time.
And you got the really cool stage, the hardball stage. It's my personal favorite. It's the tent one.
I see. It's a shade one, so people have no excuse to not move around and have a good time because it's not hot under there, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. And the people are a bit much more crazy out there. I don't know why, but that's the difference between the Ferox stage and the hardball stage. So tonight, do you have a different set list for the special occasion, last day, first time with Full Force?
We usually decide the set list a couple days before, but today is the first one in a while where we kind of just left it open, and we feel that there's a lot of, I don't know, it's kind of more heavier vibe on this show, so we might kind of bring some songs that are more like the heavier part of our repertoire and bring that out. But we don't want to feel like we have to conform each set list to what crowd. We like to show everybody what we have to offer entirely. So it's some days it's a struggle to figure out what we want to play, but we'll get there. It's going to have mostly heavy and then a couple tracks that aren't as heavy.
Any specials tonight?
Any specials?
I guess you'll have to be there to see.
We don't know.
Maybe a little surprise for the fans.
Yeah, we'll see. We performed all the songs that we know at this point. We haven't had a chance to rehearse a lot of the tracks off the new album yet, so it's going to take a little while before we can bring those out. We played a song at Download UK that we had not rehearsed in weeks and weeks and weeks, and we were just like, we have to do it. Let's just do it. Let's make it special. It's our first time on main stage, and ended up going rather well. So maybe we'll try that again with another song.
That would be very nice. So, what was your first festival ever in your life you visited as a guest or artist?
Probably Warped Tour.
I think mine might have been Ozfest.
I heard of this one. It's a very huge festival in the US, right? It
was. I don't think it's a thing anymore, but yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Warped Tour is probably mine.
Vans Warped Tour, right?
Yeah. It comes kind of pretty close to my house, so a bunch of my friends. Well, not. Yeah, it's in my backyard. Warped Tour is in my backyard. It is. It practically is now. There's a Scranton, PA date that's 5 minutes from my house, but yeah, that always came really close, so it wasn't that hard to travel to. And then Ozfest, probably one of the second ones. So yeah.
So, are there any good stories you could tell about this first time festival now? Just if you just put it next to each other now as a band and years ago in the youth on a festival, were there differences for you, or are there any different stories?
When I think back to my first experience on a Warped Tour, between playing and being a fan there, I think I don't know, it's different to now see how how it all works, because when I was there for the first time, I didn't know that bands played at different times every day. I didn't know anything about it, and it was just so confusing to me, and you had to learn it all so quickly or you would miss the band. And that sucked, to not know. I think I can't remember who was on the first year that I went. I want to say Good Charlotte and the Used and a couple bands like that, and you didn't know when they were playing, so if you didn't learn quick on how to figure out the whole platform, you would miss a band that you loved, and that was a bummer. So now as a band, we try to, the second that we find out, we try to let fans know on Twitter, and it's just you know what it's going to be like for them to go there for the first time, so you try to help it along and help educate people on how Warped Tour works long before they get a chance to miss you.
It sounds so complicated.
It is, but it makes perfect sense in why they do it that way, and I appreciate it for sure. And Warped Tour has been really, really good to us. So and it's clearly working because people are going, and it's on right now, and it does really well every year.
Nice. And how about you?
I would say probably just more behind the scenes stuff, like he said. I think that it's just as hectic backstage as it is for people in the crowd, and people don't realize that there's so much going on, whether it be press stuff or signings, or you have stuff going on all day long. So it's a lot more work than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite festival song, you would say, from your band or from another, you would say that perfectly describes a festival feeling?
I just instantly want to say Festival Song by Good Charlotte, just because you said my favorite festival song. I think for us, I don't know if there's a song that goes over better than other ones. I'll just stick to this tour in this answer and say that I'm very surprised that a song that we put out that had very mixed reviews on both sides, called Loud. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, playing it over here, the fans, especially in Germany, have been so receptive towards it. We were just kind of like, is this really happening? Because we felt that, it wasn't a universally loved song. It was very mixed, and to see that seems to be one of the top 3 most received songs, and the crowd really gets into the participation aspect of it was very surprising. So that's been one of my favorites on this tour, particularly to play.
I agree with that.
Easily answered. What's the only thing you can't miss on a festival that's really so fucking important for you? Anything. Don't say guitar or drums or backline, please.
I mean, as a fan or as a band?
As you in person.
I think, I don't know, it's all pretty standard to us at this point, so there's not any one big thing that if you're without, you're fucked, of course, other than your backline and drink water and all that typical stuff. But I would say honestly the right mindset. I mean, when you're going into a festival, you're playing to a lot of people that don't know who you are, and if you're only addressing your fans that are there, you're missing the chance to build a connection with new people. So I think you need to go into a festival with the right mindset, that you need to communicate in a way that everyone is welcome to come watch you and listen and enjoy your band. And I want to know if I jumped because I feel like I'm becoming like super desensitized to loud bangs like that. Like I think I just went and I looked up. I didn't jump or anything. Did you?
I don't think so.
I don't think I do anymore. That's like the 5th time recently that I feel like I heard something really loud happen and I just no reaction. That's what's happeing. Yeah.
Same story yesterday. We sit here with a...
You better keep that in there. You jumping. Don't cut that out. I want to see this interview, and I better watch you jump.
No, because yesterday there was a band performing with a dude with this green bathing suit. You know, this special one, and a dildo mask. And you know, I was just like interviewing, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I can't. This dude on stage, he's so weird." Now I lost completely my.
I believe you left off at dildo mask. That's where you left off. Let's pick up from there.
What was I saying before?
Dildo mask, bathing suit, asking about festivals and what. Yeah.
Thanks. You listened to me. That's very kind of you. We talked about the very important festival thing you need.
I think, for the same thing. I think that it's important to have the right mindset going into it. It's because it's so much different than playing.
We should probably stop doing interviews together because we feel the exact same about nearly everything. Like it's just a one shared mind, and this always happens. We should probably just stop.
Yeah,
we're never doing another interview again.
No, please stay. Okay, the right mindset is very important for you. Okay, I gotta ask you something really dumb, actually. I think, but.
It probably can't be worse than many of the things we're asked.
Oh yeah, it's a typical makeup question.
Okay.
You know, it's shitty hot in here. It's really hot, and I'm completely melting. I don't even use makeup. How does your makeup stay on your face? Why?
Well, I did just do it right before the interviews that we did, so I'm sure in a couple hours it will be nice and melty. But the best suggestion I could say is some setting powder and some setting spray, and just if it's hot, just coat that shit on and just try to stay out of the sun as best as you can.
Okay, and during the show.
During the show, it just kind of happens.
During the show, this entire area right here is just gone. Like, there's no makeup left.
Yeah.
That's why I don't wear lipstick on stage so much, because I get a lipstick mustache and it sucks. Yeah.
So next week you're heading back to US, and then you're touring again. So when does all the touring stops for you? End of the year or?
I don't know. We're gonna do this tour, and then we get off of a tour. We're probably gonna go work on more music videos or photos, and then it's gonna go right back to the next one. So it really doesn't end, and that's how we like it. We make it that way on purpose.
It's nice.
I'm sure we're probably gonna have some time off around like the holidays, like our Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that. So that's probably the next time we'll have a moment to chill out.
When are the next dates for Germany to play?
We're currently, we've been telling a lot of people that we're really working hard on trying to. We announced a tour in the UK in January of next year. We're really trying to extend that into all of Europe and finally do a proper European headliner. On our end, we're really pushing for it. I don't know, there are so many things that go into booking, especially a foreign tour, that people don't realize that it's not as easy as just snapping your fingers and it happens. Sure. So we're gonna push for it, and if it does, I'm thinking February. So fingers crossed.
Okay. Stay tuned about it. Thank you so much for the time. And have fun on the Hardball stage. It's going to be awesome, trust me.
I will.